Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sharing Dreams Matt. Today I'm talking to legends, The Rock. Thank you. Ooh. So we might get a tune out of you at the end or what?
Ah, we're just thinking about that.
That'd be fucking loud.
Yeah, when a bass player gets here.
Yeah. I'll just do the bass, just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, okay.
All right, starting off. So first question, probably same question everyone asks. Where did the name come from?
Well, first, it's not The Rocks.
Yeah, that's the first thing we've got to get out of the way. It's not the Rocks. It's just plain old Rocks. There's two versions of that story. One, I remember seeing it on the cover of an Aerosmith album called Rocks and thought that was pretty good. And I also remember seeing a very old magazine years ago. There was a British band. This is before the punk thing ever took off big. And they're just an unknown British band. It was just in a magazine. And they were called Rocks. I remember thinking that was good. Then we were sitting around one night trying to figure out band names. And I don't know who suggested it. I think it was either myself or our bass player, original bass player. So we said, how about Rocks? And I remember thinking, well, there's those two I already had in my mind. And I think we just said, yeah, let's go for it.
Yep.
Easy to remember. It's good.
It's one of those names on every 80s punk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just easy to remember, easy to say, yeah.
Easy to spell.
Easy to spell, yeah. Well, you'd think.
Yeah.
We've had a few people disprove that.
This is a question, one each. What was on the stereo when you were a kid? What were you subjected to? What did your parents subject you to when you were a kid?
For me, it was mostly country and western. Nearly everybody in my family, like our aunties and uncles and everything, it was country and western. It'd be Slim Dusty or something like that. Others that I just didn't even know the name of, but that was my most common thing back in those days.
Yeah, my parents had some cool stuff. Dad was into his hi-fi in the 70s. So he was he'd always come home with some sort of really good sounding recording, and whether it was like a World War II soundtrack, Victory at Sea or some shit like that. But they used to listen to stuff like even like some Mexican type music and Frankie Lane and Bill Haley and
you have variety.
And Buddy Holly and stuff like that. And then my sister, I've got a sister who's 6 years older, and she was listening to stuff like Slade and Hush, and she was right into Sherbet, but I was into more heavier stuff like Alice Cooper and Kiss. So, from 7 years, like age 7 or 8, I was into Alice Cooper and stuff like that, and big bands and Kiss, early Kiss,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I saw them in
AC/DC. Yeah, my first ever album was AC/DC. Sorry, mate.
I saw them in Brisbane in 1980.
Yeah. My very first gig I ever went to live was in Sydney at Prince Albert Park opposite the Lansdowne, and it was AC/DC 1975. It was AC/DC, Harsh, Supernaut, and
Ted Mowry Gang.
Ted Mowry Gang, and they all played on the roof of the toilets of the swimming pool, and I was in a tree.
You know what?
I was 6 or 7 years old.
Yep. Well, same with me. I was about 7. I think it was, I don't know, but it was a family day, Channel 7 Family Day down at
2SM, and
Yeah.
This one was at Circular Quay.
Yeah.
And the Ted Mowry Gang, John Paul Young, and AC/DC played on a raft.
Yeah. There's footage of that, and there's like girls swimming out to John Paul Young. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh,
and and Thin Lizzy played on the steps of the Opera House. My sister was at that. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And these guys used to go and see Slade and Thin Lizzy at Randwick. So yeah. Wow. We've always had.
By the way, there's a Pete in the waiting room, but he's got no audio or video.
All right. Well,
that won't be much fun for him.
Oh, yeah.
Wonder where he got to.
I had this once before, and all he did was type his answers to questions.
I'll tell him.
All
I
right,
can see you
Pete.
guys. Yeah. You gotta click on
We're
unmute.
working on it.
I've never used Zoom before. It can be a bit of a fucking a headache.
Yeah. So click.
All right.
Okay, so what's on the stereo now?
Oh, good. Well, for one of the latest things I've been listening to everything from Alice Cooper to Rancid, Black Sabbath. They're the last few things I've been listening to. Go for different moods. Sometimes you want something fast and energetic, so you get out the Damned and the punk stuff. Sometimes you just want some powerful, heavy stuff. So I put on Black Sabbath. You can't beat Tony Iommi.
Yeah.
It's got a new Rancid album the other day. That's really good. And plus, there's lots of different bands I've never heard of. I get these English magazines, and you read the record reviews, and they give these great reviews to bands you've never heard of. So I look them up on YouTube, and if I like them, I'll go buy them and listen to that as well. Yeah, there's lots of good stuff.
I've been listening to a lot of old 70s stuff like Thin Lizzy and Slade, and even going stuff down to Doobie Brothers and stuff. I've been going down a bit of a Spotify rabbit hole, and then other stuff will come up, and stuff that I grew up with. Just going, I remember how good that guitar was on that song. As long as it's big and heavy. But then again, I listen to soul and soul and funk stuff as well. My wife's a soul and funk DJ, so I'm always listening to all sorts of cool stuff. As long as it's cool.
It's funny because some things you listen to, you can take them with you all through your life, and other things just become dated, and you listen to it, and you think, "What the hell was I thinking?" And other things sound as fresh and great as they did. You're listening to them when you're a kid. So you always, like I was saying, with Black Sabbath and all that, and actually, it's Pete that got us on the Black Sabbath, and it still sounds great, even the earlier albums. Where other things you just go, "Oh no more," and you shunt it off to the wayside.
Yeah, that's it. And did when you were growing up with the music, was that what gave you the want to be in a band, listening to the old folks' music?
Not that stuff. No. It wasn't until when I was a kid and I was first saw the Beatles on TV, and it just hit me. I just thought, holy smokes, this is so different to what what the parents and everything are listening to. And I was just hooked from then on. I just thought, and it was the guitars. I just love the look of a guy standing there with the guitar thinking, oh, that'd be the coolest thing in the world. And I was just standing in front of the television when the Beatles were on with a cricket bat or something. Or until I was playing guitar, my biggest dream in life was to get a guitar, and play it on stage. And it's just, something that never left me.
I did the tennis racket.
Same here. And look, as long as it had some similarity to a guitar, I'd stand in front of that telly with it. That's great.
Strings on it and everything.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
I Kiss Alive 1 and Slade Alive. I just went basically rock live albums. I want to do that. And then one day I was down at the local Cool House at the end of the street, and there was some dude playing a snare drum to Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. It was just. Which was the first record I ever bought in '76. I was 7 years old, and 7 or 8. Anyway, I was young, and I saved up for weeks to buy that record for $7.99 or $6.99. Anyway, I remember seeing this guy hit the snare drum, and I went, "I want to do that." But I didn't get my first drum kit until I was in my early 20s.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my first band.
Never looked back.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your favorite genre of music?
Oh, crikey, that's hard to say because I've grown up with everything from 60s pop to hard rock, heavy rock, glam rock, punk rock. I like a bit of everything. I just hope I never have to pick one in particular. If there's one I'd have to pick, I'd probably say punk because it's easiest for me to play. Trying to play all those other things, because before punk, you had to have, to be respected, you had to have some degree of musical skill. That's really, they didn't judge you on the quality of the songs or anything. It's like you do a record review, they talk about how well they played and this, that, and the other thing. Punk got away with that. So if I had to pick one, let's say probably punk because I could actually participate in that one.
I'll be more vague. I'll just say rock and roll.
There you go.
Because it covers it all, covers everything. You know.
But depends what you listen to at the time. Each time you think, this is great.
Yeah.
You listen to the Beatles or the Who or something like that. You think,
you're listening to a good Who song.
Then you listen to Slade or Status Quo, and you think, oh man, they don't do it like that anymore.
Yeah, or Thin Lizzy, Black Rose.
God Save the Queen or Anarchy in the UK. Oh yeah, taking it up a notch, So it depends what you're into at the time.
Yeah, that's it. That was actually my first record was the Countdown compilation.
Yeah.
That
when I was really, really young.
Oh man.
Pete's still having trouble. He said he can hear us now, but
how are you, Pete?
No. Yeah.
Just tap your foot if you can hear us.
Can't see you. Click on camera icon.
We'll see if we can get him in here.
He said he can hear us.
Oh, that's one good thing.
Yeah. So yeah.
Your worst genre.
Genre.
Rap, hip hop, techno. Forget it.
Yeah, I'm not into hip hop.
I don't acknowledge them as valid music forms at all.
No,
I'm not as brutal. I mean, everyone.
I'm holding back.
Can listen to what they want. I don't give a fuck.
They can listen to it, but I don't have to like it.
You know, I really dislike disco. But
that's the same thing.
My wife plays a lot of it, and she's great at it. And
God, is that why you spend so much time out of the house?
Exactly, in here. But but then again, I like 70s funk. You know, I can get right into it. But probably my most hated thing would be doof music and dance music and all that heavy electronica and fucking
techno shit.
Yeah, well, that goes into the same basket as what I just said.
Noise. It's just fucking noise to me. You know, I like drum. Oh, I think you've got someone.
Yeah. But when they drive past you, all you hear is boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
It's
always at the wrong time of day for me.
You can't tell me those tunes are going to stick in your head the next day. You know, I mean, there's nothing valid about it whatsoever. No, it's just all rubbish.
Hey, you were given the opportunity, right, to put on a 5-band gig, living or dead, together or not.
Do we have to play, including us or not? Because we hate playing with those size gigs.
Five.
You can put yourself on the bill if you want to, but
I don't want to play.
Let me see. I'd take the Beatles, the Monkees, Slade, the Ramones, and Sex Pistols.
I'll probably have Poison Idea, Turbo Negro, 1976 Alice Cooper.
Oh, I forgot Alice Cooper.
Slade, maybe, and GBH.
Okay, excellent. Early GBH or
all of them. I love them all. That's one of my most favorite bands, you know. But then I could just keep going further. Then I'm going Discharge, and then, you know, I could it could go on forever.
Yeah, I can think of another 5.
Yeah, you know.
Go on, man.
You know, drop kicks. You know, I could just keep going.
Status Quo, Susie Quattro. Oh, it's all there.
Yeah, Thin Lizzy.
I'd actually go the Vinyls, Angels, Radiators.
Yeah.
Angels are great. Rose Tattoo.
Yeah, Rose Tattoo.
Yeah. May as well chuck them on. They're same era. Okay, your most memorable gig you've had, good and then bad.
Most memorable good one, I think. Geez, we've had. That's hard to say.
Cockney Rejects.
Cockney Rejects or the Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah.
Because that Dropkick Murphys was the first one I'd played to a bigger crowd outside of a pub. That was on their first Australian tour. Worst one, God, I can remember one we did back in the 80s. No. Is there?
Oh, sorry.
We still on?
Yeah.
We did one back in the 70s when we first started, 77. we got asked to go to up in Newcastle and play, and it was supposed to be in some hall. And when we got up there, because this was in the early days of punk too, so it wasn't even all that well known. And we turned up this hall with this other band, and there was nobody, absolutely not one person. So all we got out of that was a trip to Newcastle. Then we just got to jam with another band just for the fun of it. That'd be the worst, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon with Cockney Rejects was one of my favourites, just because everything worked smooth. Everyone sounded amazing.
That was a beauty.
The crowd just loved us, and genuinely loved us. And then that's probably the most memorable. And disappointing, I don't tend to remember the disappointing ones. Like, and sometimes it's not worth bringing it up. So I mean, we've had gigs where we thought there'd be a good turnout, and we did everything we possibly could, like advertise, interviews, paid money for posters, and you got, you know, a quarter of what we thought would turn up, you know, and with great bands. And so I don't know, all those hardcore Super Bowls, pretty good.
No good.
You know, we just turn up and play to a full house every time, once a year, every year for 10 years.
Yep.
Oh, really good.
But I just remembered another one. Actually, this is probably the worst one. We got sucked into playing a backyard barbecue for a motorcycle gang called the Grave Diggers, and only because one of our followers, his father used to be in this group, this gang, and it was his birthday, so we got asked to play at this barbecue, and I didn't want to do it because I thought these bikies are not going to like us. We got talked into doing it, and we did. And I tell you what, we barely got out of there in one piece. It was pretty scary. I mean, we all had our escape plans in our minds made up. If it all turned, we were just going to jump fences and run for our lives and leave all the gear behind. But between that and the Newcastle one,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Favorite venue.
Favorite venue. Oh, gee, there's been some good ones. The mosh pit's really good. I mean, it's small, but it's just got a great vibe. But it's got a great feeling. It's got a great atmosphere. You wouldn't want to have too many bands on because you're just climbing over piles of gear. I like the mosh pit, but I used to love back in the olden days or the 80s. I used to like playing the Lansdowne.
Oh, I loved it.
That was great.
Yeah. I used to like playing the Annandale too. Feedback in Newtown was good.
Yeah, at the Sandringham.
Sando,
we played a couple of good shows downstairs. The old Sando was great.
That was fine until first time we played there. We found out that we had to actually assemble a stage. We thought it was already in one set up all the time, but apparently it was all in modules and put away in a room somewhere. And we turned up for our first gig and we went, where's the bloody stage? And say, oh, it's in the back room. And there's a floor plan. So we had to put it together.
There's always some sort of trade-off too. It's always like,
but you don't find out till the last minute.
That might be a great gig for crowd interaction, but it's terrible for loading and unloading and getting stuff on and off the stage, and it drives me crazy.
That actually looks like I'm doing something here. There's a dog.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm just going like this, and you couldn't see the dog. But anyway, have you got a worse venue that you just don't really want to?
I'll tell you what, it would probably be upstairs at the Sando, because downstairs was great. It's a street level, but then they put it all upstairs, and you got this bloody staircase. You got to lug all your stuff up there, and I mean, getting that up and down there, that was terrible.
But I had a good band room.
The band up once you got there was good, but it was just that anxiety of knowing you had to haul all the crap up this bloody staircase and back. But other than that, no, I can't think of anything that's really where you think that was. The actual room itself was terrible. I can't think of anything like that. They're all, once you get on stage, start playing, it's all right.
Yeah. I don't like venues where you just can't move, and you can't set your gear up, or you're in people's way, setting your own drum kit up. It's just like,
it starts bad blood. That does.
Yep.
Oh, you answered for me.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. Well, I didn't even know you guys were still around till I saw that you were playing up in Queensland last year.
Oh yeah, that was great. That was the first time we've been up there, actually. And we're hoping to
Oh, really?
I'm hoping to go again pretty soon, actually, this year.
Yeah, we usually play 1 or 2 shows a year. COVID played around with us for a while, but we do probably 1 or 2 shows a year, and they're always good turnouts because it's only 1 or 2 a year. Yep. And we've got a few. We've got about 4 booked already here, down here. So, and it's sometimes it's a bit difficult because our Pete, our bass player, who still can't get online.
His name's there.
He can hear us.
Hey, Pete.
He lives up in Brizzo, and we've got Simon from Strikeouts helping us in the meantime on bass. So
great guys. I interviewed Strikeout. They were brilliant. Heaps.
They're fantastic dudes.
Yeah.
Bass player's a bit dodgy.
So I'm just holding the dog because the missus wants to drive out the driveway.
That's all right.
You're on your last warning, mate.
To run around underneath cars.
That's all right.
Well, we're going to have to wing it here because I can't find my page.
That's all right. It's the way we play.
Oh, God. Okay. What's your favourite rocks? Oh, come here. Come on. I'm not down yet. What's your favourite rock song?
Favorite rock song. Let me see. Gee, you're making that one hard for us.
Do we answer my one?
Yeah, you go first.
Mine's What I Say. What I Say and Days Gone By.
Okay.
But then we just go. Then it's just all of them. There's not one I don't like. And if we do, I don't play it because
Teenage Nightmare.
Yeah, that's a great song. Yeah, it's a new one, a newish one.
Yeah, newish. There's a lot of newer ones that haven't been recorded that we really, really like too. But the ones that have been recorded, I'd probably go What I Say.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I reckon that's good because that always gets them going live. That's a cracker of a song that always gets them going.
Selfish and Lazy.
And it's our Final Assault if there's anyone out there wants to track it down.
Yeah. What are you doing, mate? What are you doing?
Pete says his is Aggravation.
Oh, Pete's okay. Yeah. On you, Pete.
Has he said something, has he?
Yeah. He's messaging me, he's tried logging out and logging in again, but he said it didn't work. Okay. So I said, move your cursor over the screen and click on things that's not working.
I have to do a separate one with him. Okay.
We've done the favourite rock song. You haven't. Oh, yeah, no, you both did. Yeah. All right, you've got 5 minutes to talk about rock. If you're a critic, what would you say?
About us?
Too good looking.
Wow. Okay, you can start off, Bibbs.
No nonsense, rock and roll, punk rock, no nonsense, sing-alongs, fun times to be enjoyed by all.
Adequate drummer, fantastic guitarist and singer. Bass player.
Yeah, whichever one.
Still flying the flag for punk as it was played in its original spirit back in the 70s. Not diluted and
and still modern.
Yeah, still sounding as good today as it did back then.
Yeah.
And we'll give anyone a run for their money.
Yeah.
In a nice way.
We'll write our own reviews from now on.
Yeah.
So what was your reception in Queensland?
Good. It was really good. We only did the one gig, but it really went well. It was much better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it was great.
And that's why we really want to go back there again. It's
I was
going to say it's just a really great gig. If you go up there all that way and you think, oh, you hope it's worthwhile, and it was really good.
Quite a common comment I heard was, we heard about you guys. We honestly didn't know what to expect, but we were blown away. And I heard that about half a dozen times. So it just made me feel really good, actually. Like when we first started playing, a couple of the guys from the previous bands came out from behind the band room and just looked and went, thumbs up while we're playing. So it was great. It was really nice. And really, all the bands were great. And there was a lot of camaraderie and a lot of we felt very welcomed. It was fantastic, actually. Good feeling.
Looking forward to going back.
Healthy competition. It was great. It was really good.
Yep.
So, as a young band starting off, were you given any advice by the older crew?
I just say, do what you want to do. Don't try to follow trends so much, because even if we were, even back when we started, we noticed there was a difference between us and all the other bands at the time, because it was a punk thing and it was a sort of a punk formula and format and all that. And we didn't stick, we stuck to it to a point, but we also had our own original sort of what we felt, because we've had that much exposure to different bands. Like I said, we've been from 60s pop, glam rock, heavy metal. So a little bit of everything is still in there, even though we're into punk. It all sort of comes out in little bits and pieces. And it just makes it just a little bit different than everyone else. Like a lot of bands, you can shut your eyes and you wouldn't know you're listening to 10 different bands, because they're all sort of trying to follow a format. But I'd say to young guys, look, if you feel that's the way you want to go, whatever you want to do, go for it. If it doesn't work, try something else. But, go with your gut.
Yeah. Practice.
Oh, that's the other thing. Practice and make it professional as possible.
Yeah. And the more you practice, the easier you'll get your own flavor.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. So, well, you've done both my questions there. I was going to say, and have you got any advice? But that's already happened. How many albums in total?
Well, only one actual album. That was Combat Zone, 22 tracks, and we've got.
Yep.
We got You're So Boring was the very first was an EP, 7-inch EP. Then Final Assault was a 12-inch EP, not technically an album, but at any rate, if you just want to say class them as recordings, it was You're So Boring, Final Assault, Combat Zone, and the new one that's out now, the 1982 Garage Sessions.
And the split with the Loudmouths.
Oh, and a split with the Loudmouths, from America, And
okay.
A few tracks have sort of been sprinkled around on various compilations around the world and stuff like that.
So what made you pick them?
Pick which?
The band that you split the album with.
Oh, they picked us.
They wrote to us, yeah.
Wow.
Loudmouths covered a couple of songs.
Yeah, they on a couple of their albums, they put one each of our songs. They did a cover. They put You're So Boring on one and Kick Her Out on the other one.
Yeah.
And then they sort of got in touch with you, wasn't it?
I don't know, or Sean maybe. I don't know. Anyway, they eventually they got in touch with us and we did some recordings and sent it over. And then I went to the States on a bit of a holiday in 2000, and they were playing in San Francisco, and I got up on stage and played Kamikaze Twisted.
I would have made their day.
That was cool, because we hadn't played that song for years, and I thought, oh fuck, how's it start? Until I heard the first guitar riff on stage, I had no idea what I was meant to start.
Man, you could have destroyed the band's credibility right there.
Right, yeah.
Hey, Tim from Rancid played Ruby Soho while everyone else was playing St. Mary's at a gig.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they must have had their own sound man, because they kept turning his guitar off.
And I blame him.
Chance, and he'd still be doing it. They turn it off.
Yeah, I've heard good stories with him. A mate of mine was doing their lights or sound, and he's on stage and it's stinking hot, and he's got a leather jacket on. He comes over to my mate and he goes, "Turn the air conditioning up. Turn the air conditioning up." And my mate goes, "Take your fucking jacket off." And he goes, "I can't, man. It's for the kids." So, yeah, right.
Are you guys going to do more tours? Someone's behind you.
Yep, that's Simon from the Strikeouts.
Oh, okay.
He's helping us jam today.
Excellent. Because
when he gets out of bed, forgot that we had practice.
Yeah. We're going to have a chat after this.
Yeah, he's on his last warning.
Yeah. So who was the one that writes the songs?
Me.
Or is it you? Yep.
Yep.
Do you have kids?
No.
One sec, I'm just replying to Pete.
Okay.
Pete goes,
trying to get Pete involved here.
I can see your question.
Like, if you had kids, would you let them play your music? Would you let them listen?
Oh
to
yeah,
it?
I'd encourage it.
Yeah,
I reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon not enough kids are into real music. I mean, they're all listening to this, like we talked before, all that other nonsense. But I would encourage them to get a guitar or a drum kit or a bass and form a band as quick as I could. I reckon it'd be the best thing for any young kid.
Yeah, my son plays the didge, and he wants to. This is his goal. He wants to actually play punk when he gets a bit older, and with the didge. So yes, I can, Jeff.
Well, it can help a lot of people because I mean, before the band was actually officially formed, Pete and I were just sort of like we have to sit in the guitar singing. It'd be nice to be in a band. Anyway, we met this guy who ended up being our very first bass player, Steve Vandershoot, right? He did the 3 songs on You're So Boring. Now, before he met us, he'd never played in a band. He'd never held a guitar or a bass or anything, but he loved music. He loved music, but the people he was hanging around with weren't interested. Although it's interested in getting into trouble and wasting their time. When he met me and Pete, he thought, Jesus, these guys are playing guitars and bass, and they live just up the road from me. What's going on? And he said, well, I wish I could get involved with this. And we said, well, we need a bass player and a drummer. And he went out, bought himself a bass. He'd never even held a bass in his life. He learned how to play that thing, and he ended up being our bass player. And he ended up recording with us and everything. And that changed his life completely.
Yeah, definitely.
So I could only recommend it to any parents who've got kids who sort of think they're, I don't know, bored or going off the rails or whatever. If you can encourage them to play an instrument, get into a band, I'll tell you what, it'll make a world of difference.
Yeah, definitely. Like, he's only 12, but
never too young.
He's only the 14-year-old and the 12-year-old will listen to my music.
Oh, okay.
The other 6, fucking, I have to wear headphones if they're home.
Oh no, it's not that bloody other shit we were talking about before. Ah, Christ. Yeah, that'd be bad. My sympathies to you.
And we had TV like in every bedroom, so I don't know why we had that many fucking kids.
Well, just nurture the ones that are listening to the right stuff.
Yeah. Well, I bought one of the grandkids a little ukulele for Christmas.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than what I had when I was 6. I think I had a plastic Beatles guitar, and that wasn't much better than a ukulele. I only had 4 strings on it, which are nothing much more than fishing line.
Yeah, I never had instruments as a kid.
Being a drummer,
I had chopsticks on pots and pans with Venetian blinds as cymbals.
I think every drummer had that.
Do you believe playing the rock songs?
Start off with the easy stuff.
Pete said he had a tennis racket.
There you are. See, there you go.
Yeah.
Tennis racket, cricket bat. Actually, I'll tell you something. When I first met Pete, because we met in primary school, 6th class, 1969. And first time, it turned out our backyards almost touched. We lived near each other. We didn't even meet until we met in school. First time I went around Pete's place, he had an acoustic guitar sitting there. And like I said, I've been a guitar fan ever since I'd seen the Beatles when I was 6 years old. And as soon as I saw Pete had a guitar, I thought, well, this guy's got to be my friend. So every time we used to go around there, we'd both get this guitar and we'd sit, none of us knew how to play it, but we'd just sit there and we'd muck around with it, listen to records, pretend we were playing songs, try to figure out what notes were. Then years later, we got electric guitars and we learned how to play them properly, although some people would still dispute that. But anyway, and we just took it from there.
Yeah. Sorry, mate, I was just watching the situation happening across the way. God, today's been really unprofessional, hey?
Wait, you're in the right crowd.
Like, I like to make the show unprofessional as I can, but not.
Well, it's relaxing.
Yeah, I fell asleep on one.
Not ours, I hope.
No. But it was funny because the singer, I won't mention the band, the singer was on the nod the whole time.
Oh. I told you to stay awake.
Pete said we're used to it.
What's that?
We're used to it.
Oh, yeah.
used to people falling asleep listening to your music or something?
Yeah, mate, happens all the time. Yeah, jumping off cliffs.
Yeah.
So
Hanging
what was your favourite song? 223.
Favorite song by anyone? Gee,
I don't know.
God, that's a hell of a lot there. I'm just trying to think of
China Grow from the Doobie Brothers.
in 223.
I don't know.
It's really hard to say. There's a lot of obscure stuff out there. I come every now and then I'll see something on YouTube, just stumble across a band I've never heard of before.
Taste the biscuit.
And they'll play a song that just blows me away, you know. And then I go back to look for it and I can't remember the name of the band.
Tastes good. Love the biscuit.
You know, so there's a lot of stuff out there. Yeah, it's just hard to say. I'm still, you know, like I say, still listening to the old stuff. I'll still put on Slade, Status Quo, and just think this is the best stuff ever.
Yeah, I've got to put on in the car. If the kids are in the car, I got to listen to that shit. When I get my turn, I'll put on Stevie Wright or something like that, and they're going.
Black Eyed Bruiser.
These guys are ripping that song off. We've got the version we know is nothing like this, and I'm thinking, no, all the people were ripping this song off.
Yeah.
Like, fuck me.
They don't seem to care what happened before yesterday. You know, when I first started finding out about punk and reading about it, and they're talking about the bands that inspired, you know, like the Ramones and all that stuff. They're talking about the MC5 and the Stooges. I knew nothing about these bands, so I had to go back and find out. And then when you get back to there where it started, then you move forward again. The band kids, they don't care about it. If it's yesterday, it's old, and you disregard it.
Yeah. But so thankful to social media. I had about over 400 Aussie punk records in milk crates, and like, I mean, from you guys were there from 77 upwards, and till I think 89, 90. And then once Grinspoon and all that came, I just gave up on Aussie punk. I didn't think, you know, that it didn't do it for me. But I came home one time with 400 and something records snapped in half, not stolen, snapped in half.
Hey,
yeah, nice. Nothing else was stolen in the house.
Snapped your records. Wow, I prefer them stolen. At least in your mind, you'd be thinking you might get them back.
Yeah, or at least letting someone hear some good fucking.
Yeah, but just destroying them, man, that's one of the worst things I've ever read.
Of the Bitchy X or something. I don't know, because all my partners know how much I love my music.
They knew how to hurt you.
So I think it's I think it's an X just fucking being a bit or something.
That's bad.
Yeah. Love is hard.
So what are you doing over there, Pete?
Still can't see ya.
Is he typing?
I don't know.
Yeah, enjoying the show.
Oh, okay.
Enjoying the show.
Wish you could be here.
At least one of us is. No, I'm joking. I just feel sick. But I'm so stoked to have you guys on the show, man. It's been fucking a long time that I've been messaging you. I don't know if you've ever gotten the messages, but
Pete's been doing it, yeah.
I got the messages, but I just don't know. I put it on the back burner. I just forgot all about it. Then one day I said, look, I'll send this message on to Pete because he probably knows more about this, what we're doing here now than I did. And he said, yeah, until he got in touch with you, then it all happened. So I should have done that day one, but at any rate.
Yeah, I've got to actually do a test interview with Mark Nwain. World War 20.
Oh, from World Wars?
Yeah.
World War 24 singer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Rob Burke, he won't be in the interview. He won't do it. He goes, no, just hit Mark up. Understandably, Mark doesn't know shit about fucking technology. But
I can't fault him for that.
Can't surf a laptop.
Yeah, but like they were one of my favorite bands growing up. You know,
Well, yeah.
it was them. I Spit on Your Gravy, um, Depression. I liked a lot. Brady Bunch Lawnmower Massacre.
I remember that.
Yeah, there was just the 80s, late 70s, 80s was the best. Well, the 2000s actually starting to fucking show their worth. But the 90s was, I don't know, do you agree? The 90s
Oh,
Aussie
it's fantastic. You know, the Hard-Ons were playing a lot. Rocks were playing. I used to go see Rocks in the 90s.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff going on. You know, even
Well, Bibbs joined us in the 90s.
yeah, 96.
96, yeah. So we broke up in 92, and then we got back together the way I remember, we only got back together to record some songs. And I said to Pete, well, you know, we're going to need a drummer. And he said, well, how about Bibbs? Because Peter played with Bibbs in Toe to Toe. And I thought, well, Toe to Toe is a different style. There's a lot of different rhythmic things. And where one thing in there, I said, I don't know, do you think he'll work out? And said, oh, we'll give him a go. And, you know, we're still deciding.
I'm still on probate.
He's still out.
But the signs are looking good. But you know, we had one jam, and straight away we knew that's it. This is the guy we need. So he's been with us ever since then.
After that,
yeah, 5 years.
I
think I've been in the band longer than Pete.
Yeah.
At least he's having a laugh. It's good. He's sitting there behind his laptop or computer.
You had some good stuff in Melbourne. You know, Mind Snare was starting. You had you know, Bean Flipper and Mole Grinder and all those bands, and Papa Mamas from Geelong.
Yeah,
Geelong had a really massive scene in the 90s.
Nursery Crimes.
Wrong, I guess.
You know? Yeah, Friends, all they're good guys. They're really good blokes. They're still doing it. They're playing all the big shows, recording at good places, and that's all you want to do, man. You know, and they were kids when they first started, like we all were. You know.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
You used to play at the Sandringham.
Yeah, and the Lansdowne. You know, and a lot of other young bands kicking off that Sean put.
I'm just going to nick off for a second and show you something I brought in today.
Oh, yeah. But you have bands like Subversion. And, you know, good stuff. A lot of good stuff.
When we did our first gig at the Grand. Keep talking.
I don't know if you can hear me, but someone's trying to ring and I can't hear you guys because of it.
Yeah, I heard the ring.
You think they'd get the message?
You think?
Fucking idiots.
All good?
Yep, we've got it.
This is a punk fanzine, probably one of the first punk fanzines ever. This is from 1977. It came out when we were first playing. This reviews our second ever live gig at the Grand Hotel in Sydney.
Wow.
I brought it in to show the guys today. It's all very do-it-yourself. It's our very first ever review in this magazine. You can see that just down there, Rocks at the Grand.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of Australian punk history for you right there.
Excellent. It's something you don't want to lose, man.
Nah, I got heaps of that sort of stuff.
Got Bruce Miller.
Don't have an ex-girlfriend that ruins your shit.
No one's going to touch all that stuff.
A couple of broken legs happening.
Yeah, we can write a song about
it. Oh God. So you're playing again. What's the future hold for you guys?
Well, we don't think that much ahead. We just sit back and see what comes up, you know.
Yeah.
And as it is, like we said, we got about 3 certain gigs and a few other possibilities just waiting to be confirmed. Basically we just sit around and people get in touch and say, you want to do this, you want to do that, and we just say yes or no. And so at the moment, it's looking pretty good. We've got about
waiting on a couple of confirmations.
Yeah.
And if they come off, they'll be good. So some big shows there.
Yeah, we've never really been big instigators for anything. I think because we got that history from the original punk scene, people just tend to sort of like seek us out and throw offers at us. Where we've never really since day one had to go around looking for gigs.
It's not really been our flavor. When, as I said before, when we were talking about bad shows, when we just started to do let's keep playing, I'll organise a gig, and that it doesn't work out like we hoped it did. So the way it works best for us is when people ring us every 6 months or so. Well, it's been a bit closer and closer and closer now. And it just works just the way it works for us. And we've all got day jobs and we've
quality over quantity as far as gigs are concerned.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you don't want to have too many. What you say, what were your worst gigs? We don't want to have too many memories of that. You don't want to look back and go, "Oh, we shouldn't have played this. We shouldn't have done that." You want to look back and say, "Yep, everyone was a cracker."
Yeah, and also, before our gigs, there's a lot of lead up time for people to come and see us, or get babysitters for the kids, and, or get time off work or something, So it works out for us. It's just
that's why I don't have much luck with going to see gigs. I get to one once a fortnight, hopefully. It's hard getting a babysitter for the younger three, even though the 16-year-old should do it, but she's a pisshead, so
yeah.
I can't trust her. And I can't find the key to the back shed, so can't
that problem.
Yeah. So I either get to see him or I don't. So
well, as long as you get to see something.
Yeah.
Sleep with the birds.
Oh God. So married?
Sorry?
Married?
No, he is.
Yeah, I am happily. Been
And
married for about 12 years.
how many?
Well, about 14 years.
Oh wow.
But
He's been married for 20.
Yeah. But we were together for 10 years before we got married. Pete said he's not married. He was.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife's cool, man. She's awesome. She's Bill's personal assistant on tour.
That's what I was going to ask. Does she put up with the shit of having a partner in a band?
Oh, he'll have to answer
Mate,
that one.
that's since day one. She's known I was always in a band, and that's what I do. So she's been.
It was in their wedding vows.
She's always been supportive. She's just awesome. Yeah, whatever you want, dude. I go and see her play records and DJ, and she'll come. And the good, as I said, with Rocks, she'll come to every gig because it's only every 6 months or so. But it's like soccer mums. They're not going to. I don't expect her to come to every gig.
And she always loves us.
Yeah, it's good music. But I've had girlfriends before that it was a thing like a pain, and it's never going to work. I remember one day my dad asked a girlfriend, said, when are you gonna marry my son, sort of thing? And she goes, "Oh, when he leaves the band." And he just went, "That's the day." He goes to his son, "That's the day I knew you'd never get married to that girl." So, no, my wife's awesome. She's great.
Do you have kids?
Nah, fuck that. Look how happy I am. I got that.
He's undecided.
Got the drum kit.
That's a family. That's a family photo there.
And I got a cat. And the cat rings around me. So, nah, man. Nah, we don't want kids because
got enough problems.
Yeah, we don't want to change. It changes people. I like them, but I just don't want them. I just don't want them. Unless it was like the old days when you could get them to work for you. And stuff.
Put them up a chimney or something down a coal mine.
Down a coal mine.
5 pounds, 3 and halfpenny.
Catching rivets.
On a boom.
Yeah, the Titanic.
They're good old days.
Nah. Pete's got 3 kids.
Okay. Which are your kids, I guess?
So what's that?
Which are your kids, I guess?
Well, I don't see him because they're all up. His eldest daughter lives in Newtown, and she's fantastic. She's more of a mate. She's grown-up woman. She's pretty
Yep.
cool. Yeah, and the his other boys I don't see because they're in Brisbane. So, but yeah, they're all good, all brought up well.
Well, they've been exposed to the right music from the get-go, so that
Yeah,
that helps a lot.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
our 30-year-old's, he's probably the wildest out of the bunch. The bunch, their football team. Yeah, he's fucking. And as I said before, I've only got 2 kids that like my music.
No, well, hang on to them.
And my
Cut your losses with the
14-year-old
others.
daughter, she actually first got into punk music when she heard Dropkick Murphys doing
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Doing Shipping Off to Boston.
Oh, yeah.
She fucking loves that song.
yeah. I've had mates whose kids, the teachers pulled my mate up and said, "Look, your kid's not dancing to the songs at school and singing with the kids." And she said, "You're playing the Wiggles, aren't you?" And she goes, "He's not going to dance to the Wiggles. He's going to listen to,
What a mystery.
Monarchy, or action, action."
All the other kids are going,
Yeah, he
"Huh?
goes, yeah.
What's this weird stuff?"
Yeah, he's listening to the kids and
Mm.
the letters and stuff like that. You know?
Is it hard having kids? And this is probably why you only play. This is probably why you only play a couple of times a year and shit. Mainly.
Well, it's not really a factor with us.
No, I thought, well, we don't have them, so
Yeah.
you know.
And Pete's a grown up. Actually, they've both been to our gigs. They've all been to our gigs. So yeah, no worries there. If they're little toddlers or something, I suppose it would be. But something we never had to worry about back in the old days. We were the kids. We didn't have to worry about having someone to look after our own or anything.
Yeah.
No, it was never a hassle. Even when Pete had the boys, it was never a hassle.
Yeah.
Do you get called the Rocks a lot?
Sorry?
Do you ever get called the Rocks?
All the time.
Yeah, this morning by you.
Yeah.
We took a thing out actually once in Drum Media magazine, which was a music paper here years ago.
Yeah.
We actually took a thing out saying, "Do not call us the Rocks, please. It's just rocks, But everyone still does it, so
Yeah.
we just to bow to the inevitable.
Yeah.
Cool.
Excellent.
Right.
What's the rest of the day look like?
Well, we're going to have band practice right now.
Yeah, we're booked here for another hour, so we've got to get on.
Got a gig in 2 weeks' time here in Sydney on the 26th.
On Australia Day, yeah.
Australia Day. It's going to be a big show with us, the Strikeouts, the Glycerines, the Hard-Ons. At
Pink Fits.
At the great
Hellebores.
Hellebores at the great club at Marrickville on Australia Day here in Sydney.
Yeah.
$30 get you in.
It's
A gig of the year.
No, I'm not too far away.
Mm.
Anyway, anything else you guys want to talk about? Or
Nah, I can't think of
It's
anything.
all empty.
Probably just better start making some noise here now.
It's all dribbled out of my head, yeah. So,
yeah, well,
you want to
so
hear
good
a track
to
or
have
not?
you on the show. Thank you so much for.
Oh, thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, no, thank you for finally saying yes. I was, as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, Chase is riding his motorbike tomorrow." No, he's fucking not. I'm on rocks. So that's just
No worries.
Mission accomplished.
yeah.
No worries.
And now he's probably going to ask me to go fishing when he gets back.
No, nothing wrong with that.
No, I don't mind sitting back.
Well, you've had the highlight of your day now, so everything else is just,
Yeah.
All right,
Do
then.
you want to have a little bash without
Yeah,
the
we'll
bass?
crack a song out for you.
well, we'll see what we can do. We haven't. Let's have a crack at it. It's going to sound, it's going to be loud. Using my Marshall today. It's waiting. What do you want to play?
Are the vocals done?
Oh, no.
No.
Yep. Yeah. It was a nice street there. You. Yeah. I think I need to be loud a bit. Yep. Are they really far?
Hello there. Well, I got all the volume.
You got fucking everything. I got nothing over here. It's all right. He's the one that sings.
Yeah. No one's ever said that about me before.
What do you want to do?
Ooh, fuck, that's quite loud. Go. Right, we don't know how this is going to sound on your end, but we'll give it a bash. My great headache.
We got no sound at all. Well, we know what they look like when they play, I guess. I agree, Pete. Does look good, Pete. Very good. Oh, what a shame, Jeff. Looks like a good song.
I don't know how that sounded on your end.
It didn't sound anything. It was totally silent.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh well. I hope it looked good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least, you know, we got to see what they look like playing.
Yeah, well, that's one thing.
It must have just hit a level.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think maybe it was too loud for the mic on the laptop.
Probably.
And it just cut it out. But
Maybe.
I'll have to wait till you play in Sydney again.
Yeah, well, that's on the 26th of this month.
Australia Day, yeah, Australia Day.
And I can't remember if you told me the Strikeouts. Who else is there?
The Glycerines, the Hellebores, the Pink Fits,
And the hard-ons.
and the Hard-Ons.
Wow.
Going to be a
Are
big
the
one.
Hard-On headlining?
Yes, and we're on just before them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a benefit for a family of a good friend, Grazza, who used to look after all those bands.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Excellent.
pretty good. All right, Matt. Mate, we've got to get to work now.
Yeah, so I'm going to get back to spewing.
It's been a lovely chat. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
It was a pleasure. Appreciate it.